Alright, hi guys, my name is Paul. In today's video, we're going to talk about how did I set up a trade flow for charcoal from Vietnam to Taiwan and work with two biggest importers of charcoal where I know nothing about the industry and still able to offer a really competitive price. And they are accepting me. Let's get inside it. First of all, it's always about you know your need and you know your advantage because in the big world of international trade. For example, if you choose a product like coffee or cacao or whatever the other thing that's quoted on the Chico exchange, the probability of you going there and able to close the deal, make a bunch of money is extremely slim because you all have to compete against one of the biggest, greatest mind in the world, the commodity trader in Switzerland, in whatever area in this world. They are smart, they good, they are finance, and also they fully back it. They're having their own vessel in order to transport the product from the US back to whatever country that we are talking about. They know their regulations, they got a better tax treatment. You are competing against that animal, that killer. So it's really important to niching down to the point where the trade flow is really small or really complex that these big traders just think about it and they don't want to do it because even though if they could executing that, it's gonna take too many work to exchange a very little amount of profit. So I determined that product by looking at the amount of money of that market. So the really easy ways for you to determine this market is that if it's the market that have the don't having not existing on the exchange, the future exchange, that the market that you could start with. All right, let me say it again. The market that not quoted, which means that, for example, still you could see that on the Chico exchange every day people updating the steel price. So it's really tough for you to get a competitive in that market because really big player there, right? So you choose product that not on the future exchange or not quoted price. Then you niche out a little bit more, right? You find compare, you find your advantage in that market. For example, do you know the language of the country who are currently exporting that product? Do you understand the culture? Do you have the big relationship there? You have family there? Whatever. Bring it to the table. That is thinking about the sourcing, about the product, about the competitive thing that you could have in the conversations, about your advantage in the conversations. The bigger advantage that you have, the easier the trade flow gonna be success. All right. So that about you. All right. And the next thing is the market that you're selling to. The market that you're selling to, for example, the reason why I'm picking Taiwan is because I have a little bit of relationship with that. When I fly there, there's people pick me up at the airport, throw me around, and then translate the words that I want to say to other people. Say good thing about me. All right? Say good thing about me. And the Taiwan market, the good thing about Taiwan market is that you could easily get the contact of the owner of the business. Let's say that they do less than $150 million a year in the import revenue. You can easily find the owner contact. All right. So that's another thing that help you to approach these importer. So and also the way that I've been able to find out who is the biggest importer of whatever country. These days that you could get it for free on Choimo or whatever, like custom data around the world. It's not gonna be really hard for you to get that data. Maybe you pay like $25 a month, and then you could access to um, what company are the actual buyer of that product and which company are the huge buyer of that product with a volume of like $25 million and up. The reason why I recommended you to work with these company size of at least 25 millions and up is because they don't have time to scam you. All right, they're not gonna do so. Mostly they're gonna be the person who getting scammed, you, not you, like not you getting scammed. So they are trustworthy. They are well known in the industry. They know what they're doing. They know how to import the product. They got their information on the custom data. All right. So after I determine my advantage, I determine my market, the product I want to sell, I determine where I want to sell to, and also the buyer of that country. I started to contacting them and give them a magnificent, great offer. So what do I mean by that? Right, think about it. In my whole life, I never been to the places where people producing the charcoal. I never see a charcoal by myself. I never been able to understand the process of how people making the charcoal at it, what good quality, what bad quality. I have no clue about it. The only information that I got is that how much I could purchase it for and how much I could sell it for. All right. So it's gonna be make no sense for you to come to their store, come to their distribution center, come to their headquarters, come to their office, and then start to lying about your experience. Oh, I doing this and that. I know everything about the charcoal. No, you don't. They've been in business for like 50 years, 32 years. And when you're approaching them and say that, hey, I know a little bit about charcoal, you don't know nothing, and then they're not gonna work with you. So when I approaching these people, I gonna be stay like I gonna keep my mind fresh and say that, hey, I know nothing about charcoal. Teach me about your product. Gonna get some sample and bring it back to my country, and let's see, could I do the better price? And I confidently I could do the better price at least the same quality or higher. All right. So after that, the trade flow gonna be much easier, and then this is the offer. All right. Hi, Mr. Importers. Uh, you can see that I really serious about this opportunity. I fly over 1,000 kilometers, spend over $1,000 in order to have a chance to sit there and talk to you, and have a conversation with you. So I hopefully that we could at least do business together. So here is my offer. I do understand that you are experienced, really experienced in this market. You know everything about the product. I know nothing. So I want to make sure that I've been able to meeting the quality before put yourself at any risk. So I'm gonna deliver a full container to your country. You could take it, import it to your warehouse, and then only after you're able to check in the quality, then you pay. If not, then I gonna bear all the costs and take it back to my country by myself. And you don't have to pay for anything if you don't like the quality. So fair. So that's the offer. You might be thinking right now, this offer is too hard to do because the amount of risk that involved with this is enormous. Yup, it is because you know nothing about the product. Your family not in this business. So my family is know nothing about charcoal. Me myself also we don't know shit about charcoal. All right. And then you shake hand and then you do that, you find at least, all right, at least in my trip, I find at least 4 importers that willing to take that product. And you know what's funny? I only know that they are importing the charcoal named mangrove when I've been in there. I have no clue of what charcoal are they currently importing right now also. That's how dumb ass I am at that time, alright? So after that, I take the sample, alright? After I build up the trust, the relationship, and I giving the really good offer, I take the sample from their store, from their warehouse, from their distribution center, and then bring it back, fly back to Vietnam, and then now in Cần Thơ right now is uh, in last couple of days I think I've been travel more than 1,000 miles around the area in order to checking the sourcing, meeting at least 20 producers, charcoal, and many things. So after giving the offer, all these people, they agree. They automatically agree because I know that my offer was the lowest in the world, and I also able to get a really good price. The reason why I was able to do so because I'm a fucking Vietnamese and not other like foreign. I know how to speak Vietnamese, so that where my advantage kick on. So in order to just set up this whole trade flow, it's cost me less than roughly around 25 days. And right now, on the next 7 days, I'm gonna pack in my first container and deliver to Taiwan. So that's the whole process of how I was sitting on the US selling a product that I have no clue about. Fly to Taiwan, meet these biggest importer of Taiwan, fly back to Vietnam, and you could see how it determined the market. I choose the market that I selling product from is a market I have really get advantage on. And also I choose the market where I deliver the product to a market where I have a little advantage on. And also giving a really good offer, I go back to Vietnam, I compare the product, I make sure that I'm not gonna do anything stupid that at the end of the day make me lose money. And that's how this trade flow was being able to be delivered. And after the first try container, I confidently, with my ability, with these 2 buyers for just one product, a mangrove charcoal, we're gonna be able to do at least 40 container a month. 40 container a month. And that amount is able to change anybody's life. So thank you for watching the video. Uh, and if anybody are in Cần Thơ and have a chance, we could meet up. I'm willing to meeting more friends, having more partner. All right, ciao.